Hey, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the Montreal Canadiens and we're going to be recapping today's trade deadline. Kent Hughes made a couple of moves, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, but he made some pretty efficient moves. It was a quiet trade deadline as we expected. I made a video yesterday talking about the possibility of Joel Edmundson getting traded. That's what most people, most analysts were looking at today, the possibility of Edmundson getting traded. He did not. I said it in my latest video on the subject. I said that it was possible but unlikely because of his injury situation. I said that Kent Hughes did not want to trade him. If the value was not there, better off waiting until next year and get the most value out of him than trading him right now for a third-round pick. So yeah, before getting into the details of those trades, we're also going to talk about Kent Hughes' press conference. He said a lot of interesting things, so we're just going to make a Habs news update, trade deadline edition. So, yeah, let me know what you guys all think about what Kent Hughes did in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're 60 subscribers away from 3K. So, if you could help me out with that, that would be amazing. My objective is to get it before, like, say, mid-March. Let's try and get to 3K before mid-March. That would be the perfect case scenario. Let's try to get 75 likes on this video as well. That would be amazing. So yeah, Canadiens made 2 trades today. Kent Hughes made 2 trades, 2 really minor trades. The first one was acquiring Frédéric Allard from the Los Angeles Kings. It was an AHL trade. They sent out Nate Schnarr, who they acquired in last year's trade deadline. They flipped him in this year's trade deadline for Frédéric Allard, who's a Quebec-born defenseman. He played with Chicoutimi in the QMJHL. He's 25 years old. He's a solid AHL defenseman. He's never really going to play with the Habs in the future. He's not a part of the future, but he's a really, really solid player. And it's always fun to see a Quebec guy coming in, playing in Laval. He's Quebec native, so it's fun for him to come play in Quebec. That's for sure. Got drafted in the 3rd round by Nashville in 2018, so that's basically the first trade. AHL move. Decent move. I think it's a decent move. I definitely am taking Frédéric Allard in the AHL with the Lava Rocket before Nate Schnarr, so W. At that moment during the day, some people expected that this could have meant that Joel Edmundson was going to get traded, but apparently not. Some people were like, and I was one of them, saying, oh, Frédéric Allard plays in LA in California, might be because they need to make a quick call up. They might trade Edmundson. They will need a defenseman since Barron is injured, blah, blah, blah. Turns out that it was not the case at all. And Chantal Machabé, 5 minutes after the rumors started, she said, no, he's going to Laval. She cut our hopes right away, man. And yeah, but I love the transparency coming from Chantal Machabé. I really love it. It makes a big difference coming from the old management, and I really like it. I have no more the impression that I'm getting scammed every time they make a press conference, every time they make a statement. So I really appreciate that coming from the Canadiens' new management. After that, they went and became the third party in the Nick Bonino trade. Nick Bonino got traded from Minnesota, from the Sharks to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And in exchange, the Montreal Canadiens holding on 50% of his cap space, and they got a 2024 5th-round pick. And Tony Sund, who was playing in Europe, is actually the partner of a Habs prospect. I don't even remember who it is. But yeah, anyway, we don't really care. It's 27 years old. He plays in the SHL, 7 points in 40 games this year. Probably never going to make the team. Maybe he'll play eventually in the AHL at some point. You never know. But being 27, still playing in Europe, yeah, nothing too crazy. The 5th-round pick is decent. They gave out absolutely nothing and gained a 5th-round pick, so that's always something. Great value management coming from Kent Hughes. So yeah, those are the 2 trades that were made by the Montreal Canadiens today, and yeah, a lot of people were disappointed on Twitter. They also sent Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Jesse Ylönen to the Lava Rocket, but This is only paper stuff. They haven't really sent them down. They sent them down just so they could qualify to play in the playoffs for the Lava Rocket, and they called them up after. I've seen so many people being upset about this on Twitter, even though the Habs said it in the tweet that they were sending him down just to qualify them for the playoffs. So yeah, sometimes you kind of need to read what's said in the tweet and not only the big title, like, you know. Anyways, yeah, Raphael Pinard, he's going to be playing tonight, and he's probably going to be finishing this season in Montreal as well. So, yeah, we got an updated Canadiens press conference about a lot of situations. First off, he got asked about why he didn't trade Joel Edmundson. He didn't really say anything in particular. He was quite like, there's something he can't say because it involves other teams. So he said what he could. He said that at first Joel Edmundson was a really popular name on the market, was getting a lot of calls. He got injured. It kind of calmed down a little bit. He was continuing on getting calls, but his value got down because of the injury situation. He still was open to trade him. He wanted to trade him, and like he said, he wanted to make one or two more trades today, but he didn't see like the bright side of it. Like, he was just like, there's no point trading players for nothing. And he's been like this since he came in Montreal. He wants to bring the most value out of every player, and that's the reasons why he did not trade Joel Edmundson, because he got some offers, but if he got a third or fourth or a second round pick and he wanted a first, there's no point trading him. He has 1 year left on his contract after this season. You can flip him at next year's trade deadline if you need to. So it's all about getting the most out of every players when you're trading on the trade market. And the Habs have a lot of players still under contract for a long time. And yeah, there's no rush. You just wait for the best deal. And if he did not get it in this year's trade deadline, well, he did well by keeping him. Like, that's my opinion. And like he said, his objective is to make the Canadiens competitive for a long time. And when there's no trades that help out that objectives, he's not going to make it. So that's the reason why he did not trade him. He also said that Jonathan Drouin, he said it in a respectful way. He said it out of respect for the players and out of respect for other teams. I'm not going to get into details. But he said practically, allegedly, that he did not receive a lot of calls for Jonathan Drouin because of his cap space. Like, he said that Joe has a heavy cap space, and at this time of the year, teams are trying to get, like, at this value, or they're trying to get impactful players. And yeah, he said that Drouin with his cap space was hard to trade. He tried, but he wasn't able to find anything that worked out for Joe Drouin. So he's going to be finishing the season in Montreal. Probably is going to be signing somewhere else at a low price in the summer for 1 year. And yeah, I wish the best for Drouin. I hope he turns this season around, start scoring some goals, maybe to help get this value up there for the free agent this summer. And yeah, Sean Monahan. As for Sean Monahan got a foot injury in the month of December. He took a couple of weeks off to heal that injury, and in his rehab, he got another injury. Did not go into details of that injury. Personally, I think it's his hips again. That probably got into a bad situation while he was doing exercising because of the foot injury. So he said that it's not directly linked to the foot injury, but he said that there's still a chance that Monahan could play this season. But in the way he said it, personally, I think it's unlikely that Sean Monahan is going to play another game for the Montreal Canadiens. So, yeah, I mean, they missed out on his value. At first, he was supposed to get traded for a first-round pick in this year's trade deadline. If he would have been healthy, that's probably what would have happened. But he got injured. It's unfortunate. And, yeah, that's really unfortunate. They could have, if Edmundson did not get injured, if Monahan did not get injured, we would have been having a way different conversation right now. They probably would have ended up with 2 other first-round picks, prospects, and all of that. Having a trade deadline more similar to what it was last year with the Toffoli trade, with the Ben Sherratt trade, a bit in the same way. But yeah, unfortunately, they got unlucky with injuries. They've talked about extending Monahan. They asked the question to Kent Hughes, but he did not really answer to the question. He said that it's too early to get into that. It's possible, but it's too early. So yeah, only future will tell. Now they are focused on the draft. They've asked him if if his objective to add up another first-round pick in this year's draft was still there. He said it was not really an objective, but more a desire. Yes, it's still there, but we'll see at the draft. That's what he said. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's disappointing, but like I think it's going to work out for the best. We have to trust Kent Hughes. He's really, really good at managing assets, and yeah, I trust him. I trust his plan, and I'm sure that a lot of big moves are going to be coming out of the draft in this summer, and the Canadiens are going to be looking a lot different in next season. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day. Enjoy the game tonight. I'm predicting a Habs win. Unfortunately, the Ducks traded out their 2 best defensemen, so yeah, I expect it to be a pretty rough game. I say 5-0 Montreal or something like that. Another goal from Denis Gurianov. And yeah, give me your predictions in the comments below as well, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye bye.